Alright, starting off episode 3, and Groq is the new party leader. We're still in Alfheim, and I did actually look up if Alfheim and Elfland are the same place, and they are the same place. They're just named differently depending on the different game that you're playing. But finally, I can get the chance to actually look through the stuff and see what kind of weapons we have here. And after that, I'm remembering, I don't remember if it's there or not, but I never went to the castle in the place that we were just at before we came to Alfheim. So I'm gonna need to go all the way back there just to check if they have a castle or not, because I'm pretty sure, I mean, every town we've been to so far has had a castle, and I've not been to 2 of them. I just like completely forgot, so I'm gonna have to go back. A saber and a crozier. Okay, I don't know what a crozier is. I'm actually gonna look this up, because that's a crazy name. I mean, it looks like the picture. I've never heard of crozier before. Oh, he can have a dagger. Do I want to get him a dagger? I don't even remember what he has. This is 7 attack, 10 accuracy. Right now he's got 6 attack. Okay, he's still got his basic stuff. So I'm gonna splurge a little and buy Yella a dagger, because they deserve it. And then I'm gonna sell their staff. And for now, I think I'm going to leave all this stuff, because I'm pretty sure the weapons at the other place were better. So I'm gonna go back to the last town and buy from them. But let's see what kind of armor this place has, and let's see what kind of magic this place has, because I feel like this place is further on, so it surely probably has some better armor at the very least, right? Oh, we got an iron shield. And we can get a leather cap for every... Okay, this is actually huge. There's also an armlet, iron armor. I'm pretty sure this is the same armor that was at the last place. But either way, we're gonna buy an iron shield. And does anyone have... I don't think anyone has any headgear. So we're definitely gonna need to grind a little bit to get enough equipment that everyone can have it. Obviously, Block needs the helm. And then Risa can take the first leather cap, but we are going to get enough for everyone anyways. We can sell the leather shield, which doesn't really help us. We also can get a copper armlet. Oh, and this is an armor piece that everyone can wear, including the 2 mages. That's great, but it costs so much money. We're definitely going to need to get some more money and come back here at some point for our 2 mages. And also the iron armor, I'm pretty sure this is the same as the other place, so that should be fine. I don't think we need to get that here. And then the last thing we need to check is for magic. Let's see what we got. Sleepra puts 1 enemy to sleep. Okay. Why would you ever use this when you can just use the other spell? And this spell costs way more. Now, it is level 4, which maybe that's meaning that it will work against stronger enemies or something. I'll assume that's what it is, but I don't know. We'll have to test that later when we have more money. Right now, we do not have nearly enough money for that. Haste doubles 1 ally's number of attacks. Be great to use on Block or Visa. Confuse causes enemies to turn on each other. That's actually pretty interesting. I like that a lot. I'm gonna have to buy that for sure. And Bizarra deals ice damage to all enemies. This is just a better version of the ice attack that we have on Risa right now. That's pretty good. This is definitely way too expensive, and I want to focus on armor first, but we are going to have to come back to this at some point. Cures poison. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to save up and buy that because that is so good. And we wouldn't have to keep buying cures. That's pretty good, but we'll see. Drives all enemies away in terror. Reduces ice damage by half for the entire party. And cures silence. I did see that someone in the comments said that I'm pretty sure they said silence makes it so you cannot cast magic. So being able to cure that would definitely be convenient. But on the other hand, I feel like it's not worth 2,500 gold just to be able to cast the magic. Maybe later on it'll be worth it, but for now it's not, especially considering that it'll... well, actually, I should have checked. Maybe I could give it to Risa, because magic isn't as important for her. And if I could use it to cure the other two mages, that would actually be really useful. But again, I don't have that kind of cash on me, so maybe one day in the future. Deals fire... Oh, this is way better than what I have. Deals fire damage to all enemies. I want this. Paralyzes one enemy. Deals lightning damage to all enemies and lowers evasion of all enemies. Okay, I want Thundera and I want Fire. Those are both I love the AoE attacks, and also paralyzes one enemy is definitely what was happening to me on the boat. And I feel like paralyzing is just incredibly powerful because of how long it lasts. If I could just paralyze whatever the strongest enemy is or the boss or something, it would just make everything so much easier. Restores HP to one ally. It's level 3, so it's probably just a more HP compared to the other one that I currently have. Deals damage to all undead enemies. Is fine. We still never encountered undead. I assume there's probably like dungeons somewhere with undead, but we have not encountered that yet. Reduces fire damage by half for the entire party. It restores a little bit of HP to the entire party. Ooh, I actually like that a lot. I like that a lot. I might just make the white mage like completely stacked on health and like nothing else. Besides maybe like 1 or 2 attack spells. Because being able to just have a lot of healing on me is just going to be so convenient. Now we can go into this castle. And I wanted to check before I actually explore it. Once I open it up, does it go onto the map? Because it wasn't there before. Yeah, it does go onto the map. So I'm guessing that in Provoca, there's a town, there's a castle above the town that I just never went into. So I'm definitely gonna have to do that at some point. I'll probably just go there on my route to grind money and see if there's a castle there. Knock out 2 stones. Knock out 2 birds with 1 stone. Knock out 2 stones with 1 really, really fast bird. Astos' cure has put our prince into a deep sleep from which he cannot awake. Please, will you not aid our slumbering prince? I see. Okay. Didn't we have a spell? I don't even remember. I immediately forgot whether or not we encountered a spell that cures sleep. I don't think we did. I feel like I would have remembered that if that was there. I'm glad that you can push enemies, or push characters in this game, by the way, because otherwise we would have just been stuck in that hall forever. But it is inconvenient that I can't just phase right through them. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This castle is like totally empty. No, don't leave. I thought I saw like a shed out back that I might be able to go to if I walk all the way around the edge. And maybe that's where the king is sleeping, but we'll have to see. Yeah, this, exactly. This door has been secured with a mystic key, another one of the mystic keys, okay. Shoot, where were the mystic keys? We might have to return to the starting town as well, because I don't remember where the mystic key... Oh, okay, I'm glad I came back in here to look for the store. But I don't remember where the mystic keys were supposed to be located. Was it Elfheim that had the Mystic Keys? Because we had two quests. Go to Elfheim to get the Mystic Keys, and go fight the boss and save the princess. We already did the princess, obviously, and we made our way to Elfheim, so the Mystic Keys should be here somewhere. Oh, I bet, you know what? I bet we'll get it once we wake up the king. Or the prince, rather. There must also be a concoction that can rouse one who sleeps so, but where? Okay. I'm going to go into town and see if I can buy, like, some kind of potion that'll wake him up. Okay, I've checked the entire town and there was no spell or anything that I could use in order to wake everybody up or wake anybody up. So definitely not something that I can buy, at least not yet. And so for the time being, I think I'm just gonna have to go around and try and level up. And actually, more so important than leveling up, I need to get some gold and buy some new armor, because as you can see, I'm doing a lot of damage to these enemies and they're just tanking it all. And they're doing a lot of damage to me. The only one that's being able to take anything is Block. Half the time it looks like he takes 1 damage, and the other half the time he just takes... I don't know why he took so much damage that one time, but 21 is a lot of damage to take. I'm hoping that this kills 2 wolves. Risa is the biggest problem child for us. I feel like they're so good with their, you know, wide array of abilities that they can do and stuff, but like, they just need more HP. It's actually so bad how little HP they have, and they can't use most heavy armors. Risa's just always on the edge of dying. So I need to be extra careful with her. I'm also learning that the boat does not leave its location. Like, it's in the exact same spot that we left it at. Whoa. Sahagin Chief? These guys look tough. I'm going to focus my regular damage on the shark. And I'm going to use... Actually, okay, I'm gonna use Cure on Risa. And I'm gonna use Thunder on one of the Sahagin Chiefs. And hopefully the shark will die this turn, if possible. 53, that's actually huge. 61 makes sense though, because it's lightning. I'd expect it to do about that much. And we do heal up Risa just in time. I'm going to attack the shark again. You know, I'm just going to put everyone on the shark. Except for you. You get to use Dark on everyone. Hopefully he uses it sooner rather than later. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's perfect. Now that the shark is dead, they should automatically switch targets. Hopefully they attack the guy on the top, which they did. Okay, and now we're down to 1. I am going to use some Cure on Groq, because he's very low. And hopefully... Okay, perfect, he missed. Alright, we got a good nap here in the town. Now we're going to head back to the other town. I still need to save up enough gold to buy the weapons there. I'm hoping that because we've encountered a bunch of Sahagin Chiefs, that I'll be able to get enough money from them, but I always forget to check how much money I'm making, which is obviously problematic. Need to keep track of how much money I have. So I'm almost back to the town, and I feel like I've started to develop a new strategy, where I honestly just focus all of my attack on one enemy, and I'm gonna be, you know, sleeping in the town pretty soon, so it doesn't matter if I use a bunch of my magic as well. But I love to use Dark as soon as possible, because just from using Dark, I feel like the attack rate of all of the enemies just goes down so much. The amount of misses they do is amazing. Hopefully they don't actually kill Yella. because then obviously I wouldn't be able to get my dark off. And I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure why, but they usually focus on block, but I feel like it's only after he hits them for a lot of damage. So I'm wondering if they decide who to attack based on like how much damage you're doing, or maybe if it's just completely random. I'm gonna try and use sleep as well. Oh, you can see them chanting. That's why he's like whispering to himself and why he's got his arms up. They're like casting their spells. That's interesting that they actually put that in. I'm kind of surprised they did, honestly. Now, the same person said that if you hit an opponent, that's what wakes them up. So, theoretically, all of the enemies, except for the red one, should be asleep right now, but they're not. Which means I still don't understand how sleep works. But either way, I should be able to win the fight. The big guys are all dead. I think I can just spam attack now and I should be fine. I'm gonna get to sleep anyways. Hopefully nobody dies. That's the real thing that's important. But I just don't understand the point of sleep. It feels like it doesn't do anything. You know, maybe it slows down their attack rate, so they just attack less frequently, but it doesn't feel like it's doing that. If it really does feel like it's just doing nothing. I'm not sure what the point of it is. Either way, I need to get Risa, Groq, and Yellow more armor. Because honestly, Block is doing great. Especially with that new shield he's got, he is just tanking everything. There does not seem to be a castle here, which is unfortunate because I thought there would be. But that's fine, we still need to sleep here. And we still need to get gold. We need enough gold to get our 2 wizards to have, well, I don't remember what it's called. It's like a armband or something. That would just help so much because they're taking so much damage. And Risa as well needs just so much more. She's just getting absolutely pummeled more than any other character. She just has such low HP. It's so problematic. But we do have almost 1,000 gold, which I think is enough to buy both of them new weapons. I could be wrong, but hopefully it's enough to buy them both new weapons. It is, especially because I don't know, was I gonna buy the scimitar? I thought I was not going to. Yeah, no, I definitely wasn't. I was gonna buy the broadsword for Risa and the battle axe for Block. And then I can sell their old weapons, and hopefully it'll be enough to make money so that we can buy everyone some armor. It only sells for 4 gold. That is tough. We are definitely going to need to go out and grind some more money then. But I don't know which way we should head. I guess we could just head eastbound? Actually, you know what? I'm going to head on land through to the Elven Kingdom and see if hopefully I make enough money along the way. Oh, but the problem is that my boat's going to be stuck there forever. I wonder if there's some way that I'm supposed to be recovering my boat at like any port. Like maybe for instance I could use the flute. You know what? I should try and use the flute and see if it will bring my boat to me. Obviously it won't be able to leave unless it's at a port. So if I need to find a port, I'll walk over to the Elven Kingdom and use the flute and test if that does something. It probably won't, because I feel like it would say something about that in its description. But we can at least keep our fingers crossed. And hopefully it does. This is going to be a long journey, by the way, on land. Because the mountains are blocking a lot of the path. I'm going to use our big guys to focus on the goblin guards in the back. You can use Are they? I don't think these guys are considered undead. So I'm just gonna attack regularly, the weakest enemy. And you can use thunder. Actually, no. I'm gonna stick with dark. I want them to be blind, if possible. Oh wow, Groq actually has a lot more HP now from leveling up, which is super good. But it's still not really that great because he still needs more armor, obviously. I'm curious what determines when the enemies start spawning in. I am going to attack this guy because he's the only one that's not been affected by the darkness. And I'm going to use sleep. But again, I'm curious what exactly determines when the enemies start switching. Like, when do we switch away from goblins and wolves into the enemies that are over by the elf kingdom? Because whenever that happens, we're probably going to start being, you know, a lot less free reign. We're going to have to start struggling against the enemies a lot more, because obviously the wolves and goblins are pretty starter tier enemies. We've been fighting them since the beginning of the game. They're definitely a lot stronger here. Maybe it's just in my head, but these guys feel like they're a higher level than the ones at the start. They're doing a lot more damage, so they must be. But I don't know how to see... I don't know if there's any way to see these enemy stats. I know I got an achievement for defeating 100 monsters. Oh my god, I'm stuck. Ooh, I'm like walking into pits now. I'm just gonna spam attack on everyone. It's fine. Oh, I can turn on auto battle actually. And that'll just make them auto attack, I think. I feel like I don't know where to go. I just need to make more money. And I wanted to go on land and do it. But it's so far that I think if I keep continuing at this trajectory, I'm just gonna end up dying out here. And that's going to cause me way more problems. So I am actually just going to go back to my boat. And you know what? Now that I'm realizing, there's 2 ports by the elf village. So I can just dock my boat at the top port, walk my way down to Elfheim, and then try and use the whistle at the bottom port. And hopefully I'll be able to, you know, summon my boat with the whistle, because that would make things way more convenient knowing that I don't have to worry about bringing my boat everywhere. Especially when I want to get it to the ocean, it's going to be a lot more difficult. I am also realizing that I should check, just in case, I should check and see if this place has any spells or potions that I can use in order to wake up the elf king. And if it doesn't, I should go back to the first town as well and just make sure, because I don't want to be missing something super early and then be stuck trying to figure out how to wake up the Elf King for the entire game. So I'm going to do that quickly and then I'm going to set sail again. Okay, I explored the town and I did not find what I needed. However, there was an item called Remedy, and I'm pretty sure that this item was already found in the elf town. I just didn't really understand what I was looking at, I think, at first. But I'm pretty sure that we could use that. It says that it cures all ailments except for stone and KO, which I assume means that we can actually use that and it'll cure his sleep ailment, whatever that is. And the only problem is that it costs like 1,500 gold. I've also completely given up on sleep. I don't know what sleep does, but I'm just going to never use sleep anymore because it feels like it truly just does nothing. I'm also going to use the auto attack a little bit more frequently. It's interesting. I thought that they would just automatically use the first attack that they have. But Yella is actually using his attack that works on undead, it seems, and I don't know why. but it actually kind of makes me a little bit nervous to put on the auto fight. I guess it's only supposed to be used on like super weak enemies. So even if I'm, you know, beating up the big guys and then enabling it, it's still kind of a bad idea. Just because... Oh wait, actually, I'm wrong. Groq is the one that has the attack that works against undead. So what spell is he using? Oh, he's just spamming dark, but it's not doing anything because everyone's already down. Okay, that's honestly kind of problematic. You know what? I bet that they just continue to use the last attack that you used them with. Because now that I've used the regular attack, I'm going to put them on auto and see if Yella is still casting magic. I bet you he'll stop doing that now. Okay, yeah. Yella has stopped using magic and now they're just spamming regular attacks, which is perfect. Even if I do have it on auto, I am going to need to make sure to keep track of HP because I definitely don't want anyone dying. Especially Yella and Risa because Risa has the least amount of HP obviously and Yella takes a lot more damage than everyone else does, I'm pretty sure. Besides maybe Groq. But Groq has more HP, so it's not as much of an issue on him. Now I'm going to quickly check this town as well, just to see if they have the same exact kind of item. I assume they probably do, but I don't want to assume and then be wrong, so I'll check their spells as well. Alright, they did have all of the exact same stuff, so it really is just a matter of saving up 1500 and seeing if I can use the remedy on the big guy. I should probably go to sleep actually before I cross the sea, just because I don't want Yella to end up dying and they're already halfway there. I do still have cures, so it's not that big of an issue, but sleeping the starter town is pretty cheap, so I'm not that worried about it. 40 bucks isn't that bad compared to the 100 in Elfheim. Might as well do it before I end up leaving. But yeah, I just need to pray that I'm able to get enough money. I am making money quite fast just by floating around the ocean, but it still costs just so much. 1500 gold is crazy to get. I'm going to use dark once, and then I'll switch to regular attacks. There's not that many enemies here, but I feel like it's still good to use it at the start of every battle if I can. Especially knowing that I'm probably gonna sleep in Elfheim anyways, so I don't have to worry so much about not having enough mana in hard fights or anything. So then I just attack regularly with everyone, and then I should be able to put it into auto battle mode and not have to worry about wasting all my mana. Now I will say, this is a big difference from the original game because the original game did not have the auto battle system at all. Which I personally feel like it doesn't take anything away from the game. I feel like all it does is speed up some slower encounters. Now this is something that I definitely cannot auto battle. I'm going to just use my strongest attacks on everyone, because these guys do a lot of damage. They're not undead. Is there anyone that can use Cure? I mean, I could use it on Yella. I probably should, just to stay ahead of the curve. And I'm going to use Dark. Hopefully it hits both of them, and then I can switch to using Lightning, because Lightning does a lot of damage. That did get us to max out Yella. It was like 5 over, which is really good. And they both got hit with Dark. Oh, I see. So these guys are like super slow then. Honestly, that makes a lot of sense. And now I can use Thunder on the top guy. Oh wow, he fled. I wonder if the fleeing is based on like, if you have a certain level or like a certain defense stat or something in your party, then they'll flee more often or something like that. We don't have quite enough money. It's actually unfortunate that he fled, because he would probably make us a lot of money if we were able to kill him. I am going to go into my items and use the loot. Okay. So we cannot use it there. Maybe, I mean, maybe we could use the loot on the Sleeping King? I feel like that's probably not gonna do anything. But I honestly don't know. So maybe I should try it just in case. There's definitely no harm in going in there and just trying, but my hope for the loot waking him up is pretty low. Because why would the princess have a flute that just wakes people up? Especially when there's... Well, actually, never mind. I was going to say there's a spell to wake people up, but I don't actually know that. I'm just assuming that there's a spell to wake people up because there's a status ailment and there's several spells to get rid of other status ailments. Alright, how much gold are we going to get from this? I think that is enough, actually, to buy the antidote, or to buy the cure-all, or whatever it was called, but I'm going to fight one more time, because... Oh, okay. I'm glad I'm fighting these guys last, because I do not want to be poisoned. Oh god. Okay, that's just poison. I thought he was stunned. I'm very glad he's not stunned. I'm going to use... lightning magic? Actually, I'm gonna use dark magic again. I keep using the same spell over and over again, but it's just so good. Especially knowing that I'm gonna go sleep in town anyways. Which, oh yeah, I got distracted by the snakes, but I was gonna say, I want to fight at least one more because I want enough money to be able to sleep in town and not worry about it. And I got 100 gil, which I think is exactly how much I need. And I definitely need to sleep with our main fighter being poisoned. Hello. Oh, yeah, 100 gil. Perfect. Now, the unfortunate thing is that we're spending all of our money on this one potion to wake up the king. If it doesn't wake him up... Oh, what? Oh, no. He's still poisoned even after we go to sleep. That's crazy. Okay, we are going to have to use an antidote then. Wow, I cannot believe he stays poisoned after that. Alright, the snakes are now officially my least favorite enemy then, because that is a huge problem to deal with. I was thinking of like Pokemon rules where when you take a nap, everything gets cured 100%, no questions asked. But let's buy the remedy. We have exactly enough gold to buy it. That's insanely lucky. And then let's get out of here and go rescue the king. Hopefully this works. We'll try the flute first, because the flute obviously is free. And if that doesn't work, we'll try the remedy. It might also just like start a cutscene if we talk to the guy now that we have something that works. But let's go to his side. Sorry, the prince. I keep calling him the king. Let's go to the side. Let's use the loot. Doesn't work. Talk to this guy. How do we use it on him? I don't want to use it on us. I think we have not chosen the right item. Okay, so we've just wasted $1,500. Which is definitely problematic. But, I mean, there's not much we really could have done about it. It's the only way that we can learn is by just doing things. So, I guess I'm going to just farm some money and continue after I get some better armor so that we can explore further. But for now, I'm just going to grind a bunch of money. And honestly, I'm just going to end the episode here, and we'll continue off next time. I should have better armor next time, and I should be able to explore a lot further. Because this episode, I feel like I wasn't able to do much. I'm constantly just exploring a little bit, taking a bunch of damage, and then just leaving. Which, I mean, is fine, But we need to go further to get to newer, cooler places, and especially that area to the right with all the rivers going through it. I want to see if there's a port there, that we can go in there and see if there's any towns nearby. Or maybe I could explore the land between here and the starter town and see if there's a way up from here. But yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna make some money, gonna get some armor, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye!